Yes, that'd be
How
nice.
are you?
Good.
Great
What's
to
a good
see
word in your
you.
life?
Ah, finally, seeing some better weather after 2 feet of snow every other week. So that's good.
Well, that's because you guys live on the East Coast. We're nice and sunny here.
You're smart. That's what it is.
Well, I'm here for you. It seems another year.
Thank you. Yes, yes. God bless you. How have you been?
I've been real busy. Busy today.
Oh, awesome. Um, all right, should we just jump right in? There you go. That's a better view. Yes.
Yeah, that's good idea. Let's do it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you everybody for joining us today. I'm here with the extraordinarily gifted producer, entertainment lawyer, actor, Mr. Bruce Nahin. He is a supporter of the festival. He's talked to a bunch of the winners, and he's just an all-around marvelous human being. So,
Oh, my eulogy. That sounds good.
no.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to be with you, Kat.
Thank you. Thank
Your
you.
people are always a lot of fun to talk to after the festival, and I look
Oh,
forward to getting to know some of them.
oh, yay, yay, yay. Yeah, 6 years. I could hardly believe it. Yeah, this is our sixth year.
That just tells you how old I'm getting.
No, no, no. You have a case of the Benjamin Buttons.
Oh, good. Good to hear.
Yes. So there's just so much happening in entertainment. Do you want to speak about AI first? Do you want to speak about, I know California's getting more tax incentives in or trying to.
I'll speak about everything but AI because I'm a boomer and frankly don't know, don't care.
Okay. I think there's a lot of people who aren't boomers and want to jump into that boat right with you.
But I can tell you that California has a $750 million tax credit. But what's more important was yesterday, Senator Schiff and an abundance of Congress people, including Laura Friedman, who used to be with HBO before she became a congressperson, did a whole hearing, including with Noah Wall from the pit, discussing how much money the state of California generated by the gifting of the money to the pit. And the idea is to push for a federal tax credit.
Oh, interesting.
That was they had Jim Acosta speaking, the president of IATSE speaking, like I said, Congresswoman Friedman speaking, who's from the area where Burbank and where Warner Brothers and Disney are. Meanwhile, we're all catching up on who's on first as it applies to the Ellison family and Skydance and Paramount and Warner Brothers and Discovery and the ramifications of that, like what happens when two uber Trump supporters control CNN and CBS.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
And what's the ramifications of that? What's the ramifications of the FCC threatening companies with their licenses if they don't speak the public truth? So there's a lot going on. Incredibly political because I'm pretty apolitical. But it seems like our industry is now being confounded by that. When you've got Jeff Bezos cutting out people at the Washington Post, war correspondents and the like.
Wow.
When you've got the CBS radio closing their doors. And then you've got this ongoing Paramount. On the other hand, Paramount's hired me to create an acquisition company, kind of like Fox Searchlight and Focus Features, and to do the legal deliveries on that with my old boss at Universal. So Ellison claims he's going to do 40 movies a year. But is that 40 movies that are acquired or 40 movies that are produced by Warner / Paramount? Or what does that mean? We don't know.
But firstly, congratulations. That's huge.
Well, it's back to Paramount. I was at Paramount from 2012 to 14 doing business affairs over there. And, I'm pretty much a clearance intellectual property specialist. So that's in accordance perhaps there. But we're all here wondering, is the Writers Guild going on strike? It's kind of like deja vu. Will there be a federal tax credit? The state credit seems like it's working. The one problem the indies have is how they defined independent companies. Companies like Brad Pitt's company and Ronnie Howard's that operate almost like studio productions, but don't maintain offices on the studio lot or qualify as indies, just like the Pit, which is CBS John Wells, which is out of Warner Brothers. And to that exclusion, true independents aren't getting their fair share. But the idea of this federal credit seems really wonderful.
Excellent. So how would that work in the scheme of things?
Well, most countries have federal credits. You go to UK, you go to EU, they have credits. Bulgaria, Romania, Slovakia have been taking a lot of U.S. jobs because they're giving substantial credits. The Scandinavian countries, my current GF is Danish, and she just finished a movie paid by Turkish credits.
Wow.
In Turkey. So things are kind of absent the federal credit, then all the states are going to compete with each other into bankruptcy. We've been seeing job flight now from Atlanta as well, going over to Europe because their credits are more substantive than what Georgia's offering, New York, New Jersey, Michigan, Texas, California are all outranked by Slovakia and Bulgaria. And things like that are offering 50, 60% credits.
Wow. I know Malta's offered 40 and
well, that's what I mean. In those states anywhere near there.
Wow. Wow, so, 50. Yeah, you're practically a partner with the government at that point.
And Senator Schiff was the senator for Warner Brothers and Disney and Universal. He was the congressperson, so he, like Congresswoman Friedman, understand the issue.
Wow, so he's really giving a push for it to happen. Oh, fantastic.
Right. Yeah, and they both the Congresswoman and the senator are from Warner Brothers Disney territory. So they are a little bit more savvy than maybe somebody from Nebraska. Which is really great if they're talking about ethanol, but maybe not so great when it's talking about federal film credits. Right. So we'll have to wait and see where that goes.
Wow. Interesting. So it could prove to be exciting from it seems like there was a little bit of a lull, especially maybe post-COVID. I remember
post-COVID, we got hit with the perfect storm.
Mm.
Post-COVID, went right into strike. The idiots who called the strike, the COVID protocols at SAG went off on May 1st, and they called the strike for May 2nd, which means we really did not
Wow.
have any break from the COVID protocols before the strike. And then after the strike comes the fires,
Oh my goodness. Wow.
where the bulk of the entertainment industry was on fire.
Wow. Wow.
So it's been a rough couple years. I think
Yeah.
the fires are about a year old right now. During the Academy Awards last year, the fires were ongoing.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. It seems like such a short time and then at the same token forever ago. Just with so much happening,
But
you
doesn't that
know.
feel that way about COVID these days? It's kind of like I tell my kids, I remember where I was when the Challenger blew up. Can you remember where you were? I can remember where I was when the Challenger was, but you guys can tell me where you were when school shut down,
Mm.
when the earth stopped spinning in 2020 or 2021. When I remember shooting a movie in Bryan, Texas during COVID, and Zendaya and John David Washington were doing a movie. And we were the only two movies being shot under the new COVID protocols for the Screen Actors Guild. And they weren't sure. Back then, they would take a stick and shove it up your nose into your brain. As things got better and better, they learned they didn't have to go that high. But they didn't know. And it was all affecting how SAG was dictating. For instance, most producers weren't allowed on the set because we weren't essential to the film. We can be offset remotely. The
Wow.
director, the first AD, only the talent in the scene, not the other talent trying to get in the mood of the scene by watching it. Producers, we were all kind of put in another room.
Wow. Scary, scary. We all lived through that. Isn't that amazing?
They didn't
Really?
need us producers on set.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. No, I can't see how they could say a producer is non-essential.
Well, because
That's
it's
really
not. If you
crazy.
have a good director and a good AD and a good LP, the producer, at least this producer speaking to you, is generally getting ready for tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Confirming food, confirming pickups at airport, confirming locations and permits, confirming talent arrivals. That's what I deal with. And
Gotcha.
at the end of a shoot, I deal with the call sheets and the scripting notes. But am I really essential on that day's shoot? Probably not. At least
Okay.
I can understand their argument. The fact that it's my money makes me essential, you would think, but not under the protocols.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the point. I see the point. Just so happy that's all over with. Just you have this new venture now. What excites you the most about it? Is it looking for new talent, reaching back
It's
to
going
old talent?
back to studio life. I lived 2.5 years on the Paramount lot, basically, and now I'm going back home.
Oh,
Universal never felt like home. Back when I was on the Paramount lot, Skydance was just getting started, and I knew David Ellison as a young kid. Jason Blum was just doing paranormal. And this short little guy with a brilliant, brilliant mind and probably the best living actor was living near me, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was living in Lucille Ball's apartment. And to go back to working on the studio, even if I'm not living there, will be a lot of fun.
excellent, excellent. Okay, just maybe one more question and then I'll let you. What do you think in terms of what's popular right now? Are there any like like is it still all high concept? Is it still everybody wants?
The number one streaming show on Paramount Plus now is called Madison, which is Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell, which is a love story to a dead lover.
Oh,
And it's
interesting.
beautiful. So that's doing the damage over at there. We've got Nicole Kidman playing from the Patricia Conwell books, a coroner named Scarpetta, which also explores her family life. So I'm seeing more and more shows that include the family life. I saw FBI a few days ago with one of the agents there losing her sister to a criminal. So I think that's the arc is back to family stories. That was what was so good about Equalizer with Queen Latifah.
Um, can't beat the family. Yes. Oh, okay. I thank you so much for your time and everything you do for the festival.
Okay, honey, take care.
Thank you. God bless. Much love. Thank you.
You too.
And congratulations again.
Sword fight.